This is Brandon Taylor, and this is my presentation for Mastering the Perfect Golf Swing for 5510. This is my Canvas dashboard, and of course I've got the other two classes that I've been reviewing. But once you click on my class, we get connected here, and we have Mastering the Perfect Golf Swing. This is my homepage. It features a picture of a golf course, just to kind of lighten it up and spruce it up a little bit. It's got my contact info, phone number, email address, course description, and then I've also added a quick link to all the modules for each one of my days below here, so the user can just go straight to that actual module. I figured it'd be a little bit easier for the student to navigate, and they can literally just click on there and go to day 4, module 4 if they need to, and then navigate back if they have to do that as well, or just go back to the home page. Also on the bottom, I've also attached a link to the assessment to where once the individuals are done, they can actually click on the assessment here, right on the home page, and start their assessment, which will be a major component of their final grade. I've also got on the bottom here all like a review of the assignments that are due to complete a proper swing. I just put December 31st because I wasn't just making up a date, but I've also got all the discussions right here below that are all graded as well. So going into my first class, you can either access it through the modules here on the left, or you can go to the bottom here and click on one of the links. And I've got day 1, module 1 to start with. Day 1, of course, has the introduction. Basically just a review of what we'll be doing for the day. And again, I've added more quick links on the introduction here to where you can navigate, or the individual can navigate into this module. They can go straight to the discussion post, the reading post, or the text instructions. So of course, the first thing they'll do is go to introduce yourselves in the discussion post. This is worth 10 points. Please take the time, 100 words or more, to introduce yourself to the class and following information, and they'll answer all the information kind of like we did in 5510, and they'll post that. They can click the next navigation down here, and then they go to the readings. Of course, I've attached the theory and purpose that they'll need to review for the design document here. And then on the next link, they will go to the text instructions. And for day 1, I'm going to have the individuals just read nothing but text instructions of how to complete this class. I do this because it's better to get a good understanding of to read the text. So they'll read the text, and then they'll try to manipulate it, or they should on their own time, to make sure that they understand what's expected of them. Again, click on the next link, and we've got the actual text instructions here that they can pull up anywhere, and it's also a website too. That way they can access it from anywhere if they need to. It's got every one of the instructions 1 through 8 right here, and they can read through each one of them and then start on it. Of course, after the first day, they're not going to be real familiar with what's going on, but this just kind of gives them a good starting point and kind of teaches everything to them in writing, because a lot of people learn better that way. Going back to the modules, we have the second day. They'll complete that after the first day. The second day, again, I've got an introduction here. And with the introduction, again, I've got 3 quick links to go to the readings, the visual-only instructions, and the text and visual instruction discussion question post. They can go through the quick links, or they can click on the next button. It'll take them to the next assignment, which is the readings for the goals and objectives. And again, they can click on the link, and it'll download for those goals and objectives. They click on the next tab here, and we have the visual-only instructions. For this activity, I want them to view nothing but visual. Again, I don't want them to go back over text, and I don't want them to jump ahead. If they read the visual only, go out there and take it one day at a time. It's a little bit easier to duplicate. So we click on the next tab, and here we go. We have the visual instructions. They'll follow each one of these and just look at them after they've familiarized themselves with the text, and they can basically get a good idea of what they're going to do without seeing or watching or reading anything else or hearing anything else. This will complete the second day, and then actually it won't. You got to go into the next tab, and it'll take you to the discussion post. And the discussion post is going to go over the text and visual instructions. So this far, we've gone over text and we've gone over visual, and they'll be asked what they've learned thus far, and if they're excited to continue to learn more, and they'll put their answer here, and then I'd like them to respond to 2 of the classmates. And again, that's going to be worth 15 points. We click on the next tab, and it's going to take us into the third module, the third introduction. We'll also look at it on this mode too. That way you get a good idea of where we're at. But we go to the day 3 introduction, and I've got, again, the quick links on each one of these. They can go straight into the link if they need to come navigate from this main introduction page, or they can navigate here. We'll do it this way this time. I've got the readings for the assessment and problem, what they're trying to learn, what the assessment will be. So, again, it's clearly stated. And then I will let them know for this assignment, for this day, for this module, they'll be doing visual and text instructions. So they're going to combine the visuals and the text to kind of mash it together. Again, it'll be presented in a web form. They can pull it up from their phone, and they're building that swing by each day to get ready for their completed assessment. We hit the next here, and here we go. We have the visual and text instructions. So I've combined the text and the visual so they can do each step while looking at the pictures and reading about it. So they're doing them and duplicating them as they go. So after the third day, they've got a pretty good understanding of what's expected of them. They're not going to know what it really looks like completely yet until they get to the video, but it gives them the foundation they need to pick up and go. And then, of course, the last assignment for the day when they're done doing both of these before they wrap up the day will be the discussion post. And I want them to discuss visual and text. This will kind of give them a good idea of what they've learned thus far, put the visual and text combined, and if they think it's how they're learning, and give me feedback on what exactly is going on in that process. We click on the next tab, and we go to the day 4 introduction. The quick links are posted again. It's going to be pretty much the same format as the first 3 modules. We can go back to the modules tab, and we've got the day 4 right here. We'll just go straight into the second activity, which is the readings for the audience. This is just a brief overview, going over what the audience is that this is, going after. Go to the next tab, and we've got the audio instructions. So for this activity, they're going to do nothing but audio. Now, this makes it a little bit easier because it allows the person taking the course to just put headphones in and listen to the instructions without having to go back and read and go back or look at anything. This is nothing but audio. So they can follow along as I describe to them how to do each step and not have to pull anything out if they don't want to. So again, they'll just hit next, and then each one of these is going to have the links on them. It just depends on your browser. I created these and I did it the right way, but for some reason only on certain browsers did the actual audio pop up. But as long as you were running, Chrome or something, you should be able to see it okay. But each one of these will have the sections, and I'm trying to figure out. I've been troubleshooting that for 3 semesters now. I can't figure it out. And everything that I've read, there's really no uniform way to do it. So again, they'll click on each of these sections, they'll listen to the audio, and then at the end of the day, they'll do the discussion post again, going over the audio, 15 points. They'll respond to 2 classmates, and it'll just give them ways to give feedback on how they like the audio instruction and where they think they're at overall. We go to the next tab, and we get to the day 5 introduction. And again, we've got the quick links going over each part. I've also attached, and there was a few people having problems accessing, actually my peer reviewer pointed it out, the audio visual instructions. It was hard to look at it, so I've actually attached the PDF here so they can look on the web page and they can look at the visuals. So we go into the reading, we go over the completion outcome and technology required, and then we go to the actual instructions for the audio visual instructions. And because it is an interactive PDF, I attached the PDF and I attached the actual design. So here it opens up. The interactive PDF, you can go through each section, the audio will play, you can pause it, it'll go over the actual section. Or if that doesn't work and the browser doesn't work for them, they can go straight to the next section and actually open the interactive PDF. This may be an easier option. They can actually save it and go back and look at it anytime they want to if they don't have an internet connection. And then the last activity for the day, once they've, followed all those directions, will be the audio visual discussion, again worth 15 points. They'll answer with two of the classmates like, we usually do, and let me know and let the other classmates know what they've learned so far and if, how everything's progressing. The second to last phase is the day 6 introduction. We get into the timeline and assessment rubric for the reading, the video instructions, and the actual video discussion post. This will be the second to last. This is where everybody kind of puts it all together. I will have a final day of putting it all together with all the instructions, but this day I just want them to watch the video to see if the things they've been doing thus far, are giving them the results and they look like the swing that I put together on the video. So we go straight to the video instructions, and this tells you exactly what's expected of them. And then again, it goes to my web design, and it's got the video instructions right here, and you can actually play the video, you can expand the video, you can pause it, play it. I'll turn that down, but it's just a video that I put together that highlights exactly how to complete a golf swing. At the end of the day, they'll go and they will look at the discussion posts, and they'll answer those questions. And then the last day will be basically where everything kind of comes together. This is the part where they should be able to, after they complete this day and they do the assessment at the end of the day, they should have the actual golf swing down. I think this is a good tool because, I've progressed through each one of the steps in baby steps to where by this point they should have it down. Of course, anything with golf is going to be practice and actually hitting the ball, but I'm more concerned about the form and making sure that they're actually completing the swing in the proper way. Because once that's completed, it's just a matter of hitting the ball, and those things can be easily fixed, and it's just, again, practice. So they're reading the evaluation. They'll get a good understanding of how they're going to be evaluated. That'll go into the actual multimedia portion of the assignment where they can actually go again to the web design, and this will have the text, visual, audio. They'll go through each one of these. Again, the audio usually is right here. If I open it up in Chrome, it would look just fine. So the video here, this is the actual Project 6 video. They can actually pull this up and see the video that I posted earlier. And then again, I got the design document with the references attached to that design document. So this is basically the final step in the process. So when you go to this next post here, we're going to go straight into the evaluation. So they'll answer these questions, basically give me feedback on how I'm doing and how they feel like that they're ready for it. And then the last portion will be their actual assessment. For this assignment, they're going to actually upload a video of themselves doing, showing me what they've done. They're going to need somebody to help them, of course. But once they upload this video, they'll be, graded on each one of these specific items, and they'll be evaluated based off that. This is worth 100 points, so it's worth quite a bit. But of course, teaching a CAS class on nothing but golf swing, of course, it's going to be graded higher. So again, this is you can go back here to the left and navigate through different things, and this is my class on Canvas. I hope you guys liked it, and if there's any questions, I will answer those now. Thanks.